Hello everyone, welcome back to another Epic Gamer Minecraft video, and in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to optimize your Minecraft for the best possible FPS and minimal stutters. So the first thing I want you to do is download Lunar Client, Badlion Client, or PvP Lounge. This is because all of these clients are optimized for the best possible performance for your Minecraft and have Optifine built in, so it's easy to adjust the settings to get more FPS. Personally, for me, I recommend Lunar Client because for most people, it gives better FPS than Badlion. So once you've downloaded that, I want you to go ahead and launch it up. And there we go. Once we've launched it up, I want you to click onto this arrow here and turn the anti-cheat off for whichever version you're going to be using. Unless you're going to be playing on Lunar's server, then you got to have it on. Or a Lunar anti-cheat server, then you got to have it on. But for something like Hypixel or whatever, turn it off because there's less processes that need to be happened or whatever. I don't really know, I don't code, but it just makes the game smoother overall. And once you've done this, I want you to click onto the settings tab. But once you've done that, don't change anything yet. I want you to, before change everything, click on the taskbar, right click, and left click onto Task Manager. And then once Task Manager has launched, I want you to click onto the Performance tab and click onto Memory. And whatever this number here says, not this bottom one, the top one, whatever that says, I want you to half that and put it roughly to half on this slider. It may say you have less left to allocate here, but it's alright. As long as this is half of this number, not this number, it's fine. Generally for me, 1.8 works, and I would recommend for most people to only go to half maximum. If you really want to push it, you may be able to go to 0.2 over, but I wouldn't recommend it. If you really want to go over, only go 0.1, and if you just really need it, 0.2, I would not recommend it. For me, 1.8 works perfectly fine. And then, once we've done that, the resolution, I want you to change that to 1600 by 900, because this looks the same as 1080p, but is in fact slightly less and better on performance. Then click save, then we're going to launch the game. Okay, now that we have Lunar Client launched up, I want you to click onto the settings icon right here, and then click video settings, and then I want you to put the graphics to fast instead of fancy. I want you to put that to fast, and the render distance anywhere from 6 to 8. For me, 7 or 6 is best. I can do 8, but because I'm recording, I'm going to bring it down to 6. And smooth lighting, I want you to turn that off, and smooth lighting level off. Max frame rate, either cap it at 60, 75, 100, or any multiple like that, such as 150, 200. If you're doing something such as recording, but if you're just generally going to play, I recommend putting it at unlimited, because I'm recording and I want minimal stutters. This is if you want max FPS. If you want less stutters, cap it. Because I'm recording, I'm going to cap it, but if I was just playing, I'd put it at unlimited. I'm going to cap it. View bobbing, you can put that at on or off. It depends on your personal preference. Smooth lighting level, turn that off. UI scale, put it to whatever you really like. It's all up to personal preference there. Use VBOs, put that on. It's faster rendering, so your game will render faster and be smoother. Alternate blocks, you can put that on or off. Personally, I like it off. I'm not sure why it was on. Brightness, you can put this on or off because it doesn't affect performance much. Brightness, put it at bright, or I'm sorry. Put it at whatever you want, but I prefer bright because that's the lightest option. Dynamic FOV is also up to personal preference. As you read it, it's like when you splash speed or something, your FOV will increase. I like it on because I do. Dynamic lights, I recommend you turn that off for maximum performance. Shaders, if you're struggling for FPS, you do not want any shaders whatsoever. Even if it's like performance boosting shaders or whatever, it's not true, don't believe it. Texture packs and such, they do not affect performance that much. It'll give you an extra 5 frames maximum. It's not really a point. Okay, quality tab. Mind map, this doesn't affect performance much. I'm pretty sure if you read it, it also says that. Oh no, apparently it does affect it a little bit. So you can turn it to nearest and 4. Or off, no smoothing apparently. I guess we'll turn it off. I didn't know this actually affected FPS, but apparently it does. So turn that off and nearest. Anastrophic filtering, turn that off. Anti-aliasing, also turn that off. And then turn everything else here off. Then we can click into the details tab, and we want to turn everything on the lowest setting possible here. Unless you're doing something such as survival, I recommend smooth biomes to be turned on and swamp colors to be turned on. But if you're playing on something such as a server, I recommend turning all of it off. Next, we're going to go into the animations tab, and then we click all off. And then you want to select the animations that you like to see and turn them on. Personally for me, the only one I care about that much is particles, so I put it on decreased, that way I have more FPS, but I do see particles. Next, we're going into the performance tab and turn all of these on except for lazy chunk loading. I believe it's supposed to be faster, but for some reason it is slower for me, and I believe, I don't know why, but turn it off or on, check which one's better for you, and then go from there. Then we go into the other tab. Make sure you put lagometer off, debug profiler off, autosave doesn't matter, time doesn't matter, show FPS you can put it on or off, doesn't matter, weather on or off doesn't matter, 3D anaglyph turn that off, full screen on, and put the full screen mode to 1600 by 900. If you're still struggling with FPS, you can probably put that at 1280 by 720 maybe. I prefer 1600 by 900 because it gets me enough FPS whilst making the game still look HD. So then I'm going to launch into Hypixel and show you the FPS. Now keep in mind when I launch the game that I am recording, so my frames per second will be much lower compared to when I'm not recording. If I'm not recording and I'm playing a game, I can get up to 300 FPS, and at the end of the video I will put a screenshot of that just to prove I'm not lying. Now we're going to click the right shift, the shift key on the right side of our keyboard, not the left, and it should open this. We'll click onto the settings and turn as many mods off as you can because these do decrease your FPS. I'm not very good at it, I just like the mods, so it does give me FPS. I'm going to keep the FPS on and I'm going to put it up here just so you can see. I'm going to play a game later to show you. But keep in mind, mine will be lower than usual. Normally this will be above 100 in the lobbies. Then we're going to the settings tab and performance and hide end portals. Put that on never, I recommend, because end portals are kind of important. Full bright, you can put it on or off. I prefer it on, otherwise it looks this, and I don't like that, so I prefer to have that on. Enchant glint, if you don't want to see the enchant, you can have it off. I reckon I like seeing the enchant. If you want, you can put it in inventory only, but I like having it all. Lazy chunk loading, as I said, turn that off. Entity shadows, definitely turn that off. That'll have a big chunk, and then make sure both of these are turned off. Background opacity for chat, put that all the way down, and unselect both of these boxes. Now we should have done all the performance options that we can. I'm going to play a game and try and show you the FPS whilst recording. Now make sure you do keep in mind that normally my FPS would be above like 200 or 300 whilst in a game, but because I'm recording, I'm gonna have more lag spikes than usual. So don't take these numbers to heart that you see. Your FPS will generally be higher. Jeez, I'm bad. I'm so bad. That was, I did have some lag spikes, but that is because I'm recording. Just make sure, you know, normally the frames would be much higher. And I reckon if I do this, yeah, see? I can get above 100. So now I'm going to go in the lobby and do an outro, I guess. So I hope you guys did enjoy, and I do really sincerely hope that this tutorial did help you out. If it did, please give a like and subscribe. Just remember that I am recording, so these FPS numbers would generally be higher if I wasn't, and can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye! By the way, here's the screenshot of my FPS playing a game without recording.